This is Living Power with Dan Hurst.
The story of Lazarus takes place about 4 months after the time, that we've been studying. We studied last Sunday, the last 2 Sundays, about a time that happened in December. This takes place somewhere around in April, about 4 months later. It's close to the Passover. And the story of Lazarus is an interesting one because Lazarus is only, this particular Lazarus, there were actually 2 men named Lazarus in the Bible, but this particular Lazarus is only mentioned in the Gospel of John. There are a number of theories of why that is, because obviously it's such an incredible miracle. Why wouldn't it be mentioned in the other Gospels? There are some scholars that believe that Lazarus was probably still alive when the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke were being handed down and being written. So, to relate that miracle concerning Lazarus would have put him in a rather difficult and awkward situation. Because remember, the church was under a lot of persecution. Always has been. But it was just that from the very beginning, the church was under persecution. And so to begin identifying Lazarus and point out that he was raised from the dead and highlight that would have been a very, very dangerous situation. Now, certainly the other gospel writers knew about it. In fact, the other gospel writers talk about Mary and Martha. But it's interesting that there seems to be this intentional silence about Lazarus. They'll talk about Martha and Mary. Martha was the older one. But they don't, the other gospel writers don't talk about Lazarus. So it seems to have been intentional, and probably, it's pretty good speculation that the reason is to protect Lazarus and to protect the family and to protect the little town of Bethany. Now, there are other scholars that suggest that since John's gospel, the main reason for the gospel was to identify the deity of Jesus Christ, to confirm the deity of Jesus Christ. And so what he wrote was written for those beyond the geographic area of where Jesus ministered. In other words, Judea, in that area, the surrounding area. Actually, the Gospel of John was written for Palestine, for that whole area, beyond the geographic areas of the life of Christ. And so, it may have been that he felt, and certainly under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, that it was a critical part of the life of Christ in introducing this miracle that Jesus did. And so, in any case, John goes into great detail in this story. And when he does, in the detail, he brings to light some amazing truth and principles for life.
On behalf of Dan Hurst and the Open Class, we want to thank you for watching. We hope it was a blessing.